Yes, it is me, Market Vendor here again today. Changing the titles without changing the functionaries. I tell you something, boy. I love Toni Moore, you know. She just call it exactly the way she see it. She don't take the prisoners at all, at all, at all. Toni Moore said it in the Senate yesterday. And she said that when they are not executing the decisions that have been taken in a manner that would create confusion before us all today. Yes, they are not carrying out the decisions and creating the confusion that we are seeing before us today. But the real story there is, she says, you can't just change the titles, you gotta change the functionaries too as well. In other words, what she are really saying is that there are people who are obstructionists, people who are not really carrying out the decisions, and you ain't gonna get them carried out if you simply tinker with the titles. I believe she knows what she's talking about. I, Market Vendor, believe that I too know what she's talking about. You understand? Sometimes, to put it another way, the more things change, the more they just remain the same. And they got some people who don't believe that they should be changed. They got some people who also will resist change. They got some people who will see themselves as being put there to be obstacles to change because they don't want things to change. They don't want things to change at all. They would like things to remain the same way that them is. You know what we're talking about, ain't it now? Yes, I know that you know, just like Market Vendor. Caswell Franklin talked about that there a few weeks ago too as well, in the same Senate. Let me tell you something. I just listen closely now to words that coming out of the Senate. And when the head of the leading trade union in Barbados tell you that changing the titles without changing the functionaries will mean that things will not happen. I'm going on to say that they are not executing the decisions that have been taken in a manner that would create now the type of confusion that we are seeing before us today. Now, they may have been talking about something very specific in this instance, but the wider point she makes is that you got to change the functionaries. Otherwise, just changing the title, kicking them upstairs, transferring them somewhere will mean that the program will not get executed. I know what she's talking about. I know that you know that Market know that what Market talking about too as well. And you know it too as well. You see me, Market Vendor. I was only a vendor, but I just sit down here and ponder upon these things and ask how we going to change certain things if we don't change certain people. Market gone for now. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. Yeah.